Yo, what's up, guys? It's Matthew here from Local Demo Service, and I want to talk to you about a concept that we practice in our business. It's called the Fox and the Vine principle. It is a principle that comes from the Bible, from the scriptures, and we're talking about Old Testament, New Testament, basically the Bible that people who follow Jesus, Yeshua, believe in. And we practice this in our company, Local Demo Service. And what it is about is there's a Bible verse that says the small foxes spoil the vine. What it's essentially saying is that it's typically not the really big overarching issues that are what's causing the big problems. It's usually the little tiny things that you let slide. And so, for example, in a marriage, that could be, a lot of people think, oh, it's infidelity is the biggest cause of marital issues or something like that. You can take a guess. Or maybe it's that a spouse spent $1 million of their savings and that's all they had and now they're broke. Those are big problems in a marriage, and people would think that's something that's a deal breaker within marriage. But it's actually usually the little things. It's the little inconsiderate things that people do that destroy a marriage. It's the being lazy and sitting on the couch and not getting a workout in every day. It's the maybe not being passionate, maybe not telling your spouse that you love them every single day. Those are smaller things. They're not as big as infidelity, which is a major issue. It's the little tiny things. And those are the types of things that erode the marriage. And we practice the inverse of this principle, the fox and the vines. So those foxes can spoil the vines. I also believe that little tiny good things consistently compounded over time can change the trajectory of the world. And so we'll represent brands that are making tiny adjustments to products that are making them better. So for example, let's say the soda industry, right? Let's say all soda, all of it has high fructose corn syrup, all of it's non-GMO, all of it's non-organic, and all of it's in plastic, right? Well, if a brand comes out and uses all the same ingredients, but then they put it from a plastic bottle into a glass bottle, although it's not fixing all of the organic issue, there's still glyphosate, there's still high fructose corn syrup, there's still all those things. The glass bottle is different than the rest of the industry, and that compounded over millions and millions, maybe even billions of purchases of soda every single day can completely change the world. We can eliminate a lot of microplastics by changing one category that's terrible into something that's a little bit better. So if we have a brand that innovates on a tiny scale in a category, even if it's not 100% organic, even if it's not 100% glass, even if it's not X, Y, and Z, if it's taking an incremental step in the right direction of sustainability, and the vast majority of other products on the market are not doing that, that is a brand that we will represent. So although I eat 100% organic, I'm even in my office that we're building right now that we're using wool insulation because it's more natural. We're using pine, tongue, and groove because it's more natural instead of drywall. So it's better for the planet, better for the earth, better for me, better for my health, better for the health of the environment here. That doesn't mean that every single product we're always going to support is going to be like the pinnacle. And I think it's also important to note, Mr. Beast said this when he was talking about selling his Feastable products to customers. And he was talking about if you make the healthiest product on the planet, nobody will buy it. So you got to take something that's kind of bad and take it a notch or two up in the quality department. And that's how you make incremental changes that can change the world. So they're Feastable brands. They do have some organic products, which I love. I'm not a big fan of a lot of their other products. However, they are taking a step in the right direction in certain areas. And there is wisdom to what he's saying about taking incremental steps in the right direction. So that's our mission. We want to improve the health and sustainability of the planet. So our mission is to reduce microplastics, reduce glyphosate, reduce GMO, right? We want to increase regenerative organic, things that restore the soil, right? Basically, we want to reduce as many microtoxins as plastic, as many microtoxins as possible, and increase the amount of things that improve the health of not just humans, but also the planet, because God gave us this planet to steward. And so that is our mission. We're here to steward the planet. So go get some, practice that Fox and Vine principle. You can implement that not just in natural, being more sustainable and being healthier, but it could be in your fitness or in your marriage or in your parenting or whatever department. Take one baby incremental step. And that could be as small as telling your spouse, I love you every day. Or that could be as small as giving your kids a hug every day. Maybe you don't already do this every day. Or it could be whatever it is, take your dog for a walk for a little bit longer, or do an extra 5 push-ups a day. Whatever it is, one small change incrementally done over a lifetime makes a huge effect. And then if you start compounding that with additional steps, you're going to make a bigger impact instead of just taking a giant jump, which is typically not sustainable. Usually you take a big jump, and you end up scaling back because it was too much and you burn yourself out. So small incremental steps, that's what we're all about here at Local Demo Service. We want to support you brands that are making small incremental steps in the health and sustainability of the planet. I appreciate you guys. God bless.